place. How y'all doing? Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Jesus is my doctor and he writes out all of my prescriptions and he gives me all of my medicine in my room. Come on in the room. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Monday Night Musing with Deidre, also known as D, also known as So Blessed. I'm so glad that you all are here. And those of you who could not be here live, I appreciate you watching the replay. If you enjoy this, I ask you to please give it a thumbs up. You're always welcome to share. Hi, somebody's first in the room. Anything I put out there, you don't have to ask my permission. You're always welcome to share. So tonight we're going to be talking about confidence, but more so in the space of confidence in relationships, or not relationship, but confidence in your single life, being confident in your single life, and there are different um, aspects to confidence. Hi, Ebony, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. So there are many different aspects to um, confidence, but tonight we're going to be talking about confidence in your single life. And those of you who are not single and you feel like this does not pertain to you, wonderful. I am well. I am good. I am thankful. And I am just off of a nice anniversary weekend. Detroit in the house. Welcome, Detroit. Thank you. Glad you're here. Good to see you, Aaron. Oh, thank you, Ebony. Looking wonderful as usual. Thank you, Ebony. So I was just saying that I'm just back from a nice weekend. Not just back, yesterday, Sunday. Back from a nice little weekend getaway to Ferdinanda, Ferdinanda, Ferdinanda Beach, which is in Florida, just north of Jacksonville. And so my husband and I did a little weekend getaway for our 17th year wedding anniversary. So we really enjoyed ourselves. So, anyways, we're going to get to this topic. Uh, Enjoying the single life. Yes, I am glad you are, because that's going to be part of the topic of what we're talking about, enjoying your single life. And I will say, disclaimer, I don't know if it's a disclaimer or just a preface. Put my glasses on, see what y'all saying. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Ebony. I appreciate it. Yeah, April 30th was 17 years. My husband and I were like, we can't believe it's been 17 years. And we've been knowing each other for about 36, somewhere between 35 and a half, 36, something like that. So, yeah, it's been awesome. It's been awesome. Ups, downs, mountaintops, valleys, all of that. It's still been awesome. So tonight we're going to be talking about being confident in your single life. And like I said, I was about to say, I'm prefacing this with I don't want everybody to think that I'm saying that you have to be content, so content in your single life that you're not looking forward to a married life, or or a long-term relationship. There's absolutely nothing wrong. I applaud. I advocate. So that with God's hand. Yes, up and downs with God's hand picked one. Yes. So I advocate marriage. I advocate love. I love love. I advocate, relationship. Um, but in the meantime, if you're not in a marriage, I also advocate fully enjoying your single life. So let's just get started. If y'all have some comments, some questions, anything y'all want to add, chime in, go ahead. I look forward to it. And if I don't answer your question right away, I will scroll back and answer your question or comment on something that you said, because like I said before, I'm a dispatcher at heart, been a dispatcher, 911 operator for 32 years, and I can multitask. Hi, Krista. Uh, Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for being here. Um, but I can have and being having three sisters, having three sisters and a close family, I can have 5 or 6 conversations going on at one time. So I try to remember, don't do that on the live. Have 5 and 6 conversations going on at the same time. So if you do say something and I don't acknowledge it, don't think that I'm disregarding it. I'll scroll back. But to keep the continuity of the information, thank you, thank you. Chris, this is good to see you as well. Hello, everybody. But to keep the continuity of the conversation, I'm just going to keep it going. So we're talking about being comfortable and confident in your single life. If I'm looking now, y'all, these are my little notes, on my little sticky notes. But again, I feel like I know when I was single, and people would tell me, because I was single until I was 38. You know, I'm not one of the ones who don't know about the single life. I'm not one of the ones who straight from mama house, age 18, 19, 20, 21, and got married. I was a grown woman, almost an old woman. In some circles, it would be old, considered old, 38 when I got married. But I used to hate when people would tell me, baby, you don't want to get married. Honey, it's not all it's cracked up to be. And it was always married people. I'm like, y'all married people always telling us single people we don't want to be married. Yes, us do. Now, just because your marriage ain't working, don't tell me I don't want to be married. And I just don't want to be one of those people. I don't want to be seen as one of those people. Yeah, Krista. I don't know if any other single ladies experience that. Aaron, I don't even know if you experience that as a single man, but people will tell you that you don't want to, honey, you don't want to get married, or if you've been married and you want to remarry, people might tell you, you don't want to remarry, but like I say, no, just because you don't like your husband, or just because you had a bad experience, that don't mean I don't want to get married. So like I said, I don't want to be one of those people. But so I'm not saying that, oh, baby's not all it's cracked up to be. Take your time. Don't rush things. No, I do know that most of my audience, we're basically 40 and over in this group. I might have a few youngins. I call anybody under 40, I call y'all youngins. I I caught alive and I'm single too. Okay, at 34. Yes, honey, if you want to be married, don't don't give up. Oh, Krista, 51. Don't give up. Don't lose hope because it can and will happen for you. But in the meantime, life is short. Enjoy life. Don't wait. I remember being single and I turned 30. I really like the freedom that comes. Aaron says, really like the freedom that comes with being single. Yes, you know what, Aaron? Okay, kind of off topic, but not really off topic, just in response to Aaron. Now, Aaron, tell me, I like having conversations, but tell me if you think this is incorrect or agree or disagree. But I think that when people feel like that, especially men, when men feel like they enjoy the freedom of being single rather than being married, to me, that's a lot about what kind of marriage they were in, where the woman didn't allow the man to feel free. And I talk about that a lot with what they call the institution of marriage. And I said that's why a lot of men don't want to go into the institution of marriage because who wants to go into any institution? I mean, I guess unless it's a university institution, but who wants to be? Because that sounds like lockdown. I want someone to go out and talk on the phone. Usually, I want someone to go out and talk on the phone with. So kind of like my mom. My dad passed away about I don't know, 12, 13 years ago, whatever. And I was like, Mom, would you ever marry again? And she was like, honey, I just want somebody to go to take me to lunch every now and then, and we have a conversation. That's all I want. But back to Aaron. I just feel like you may feel that way because maybe you felt institutionalized or maybe you felt tied down. But I think if you were married or had been married, and I don't know because I don't know nothing about your exes and how, you know, what kind of freedom they gave you or didn't give you. But I just feel like when a man feels free in his marriage, he doesn't feel like that. And am I even making sense? So I don't know, Aaron. Tell me. Let's dialogue about that. Um, but and I think that a lot of women. This is a whole nother topic for a whole nother video. But a lot of women make men feel like they are bound and imprisoned and not free. Oh, hey, hey! I'm so glad that you caught the live. Welcome to the first time, and I hope it's not your last. But we do this every Monday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, Aaron, you say I agree with you on that. I did a 25-year bid in Matrimony State Prison. Y'all, I just love Aaron. Aaron is my friend. He's been my friend for years and years and years, and he just adds so much. He just adds so much to my content and my lives. Uh, it'd be funny and deep, but yeah, Aaron. So many women make men feel like that. And okay, we're just gonna go. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back to my notes, but we're gonna dive into this a little bit. What Aaron said, and I'm gonna get to the dope and the dealer. I'm gonna get to your comment, but I want to dive into this with Aaron. Aaron said he agreed with me on that when I said some women make their husbands feel like they're in prison, and he said he felt like he was in 25-year bid in Matrimony State Prison. Yeah, the way we make men feel like this, or our husbands feel like this, leads a lot back to confidence. If you're not confident in your single life, you're going to carry that over into your married life. And that's why I wanted to delve into this topic about being comfortable and confident in your single life. Because what a lot of people think is that it's two separate ways of being. I'm going to be this way when I'm single, but oh, when I get married, I'll be that way. However you are in your single life, you're going to carry that over into your married life. You might feel like, oh, well, I'm not really confident now. I'm not good by myself, or I don't like being alone. And so now, God did not make us to be alone. So there's nothing wrong with not wanting to be alone. But if you don't know how to be comfortable in being alone, you're going to carry that in your marriage. You're just going to be a married woman who's uncomfortable with being alone, and you're going to imprison your husband because you're uncomfortable with being alone. So now you're controlling because he has to do everything with you. You don't feel comfortable. Um, you don't feel comfortable doing things on your own. He has to be on your time. Hello, hi, Tommy. I missed you. I missed you on the last few lives, but welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you being here. Um, Thank you, Aaron. Yep, Aaron says, preach that thing. This is so true because I'm telling you all, I'm just going to give you some examples from my own experience, my own marriage. My husband knows from day one. I don't police him. I don't try to control him. Well, now let me say, I am opinionated, so I will say, you wearing that? Baby. Now change that. Change what so certain things I know I'm opinionated on. But when it comes to trying to control his life as to being on my time, being on hi Shalette. But when it comes to um I'll give you some examples which probably explain it better. When my husband leaves the house, he don't have to tell me where he's going, what he's doing. And some women would be appalled at that. Some women, I have had women, sisters, friends, say like, you don't know where your husband is? No, but my husband can't just leave the house and not tell me where he is, or tell me what he's doing, or tell me, no, I don't. But there have been times my daughter has said, "Ma, what's Charles?" I said, "Girl, I don't know." They're like appalled, like you don't know where your husband is. Mm, he coming back? And I'm an introvert too, so I'm like, good, big on. Oh my goodness, because my husband sometimes is just too much. He's an extrovert. He gotta go. He gotta move about the country. seriously, I could stay in the house all day on a Saturday. By the time I wake up at 11 o'clock, maybe noon, honey, he done went and got an oil change. He done went and visited two, three friends. He done went and took my mama some water to her house. He done went and did this or he done went to Publix. Did so. Yeah, wait, okay, I'm reading. Aaron, he said, remember when I told you her mother came over at 8 a.m. To hold on to. Oh my goodness! Thank you, the dope and the dealer, 1999. That is, oh my God, that's so dope. Thank you for the gift. That is. Oh, wait. Let me get my big finger out of the camera, and scroll on this side. So I'm saying I'm going back to. It's so much going on in this live, but let me try to be succinct here. So let me go back to Aaron. Remember when I told you that the mother came over at 8 a.m. to give her friend a tour of our house? Well, ex-wife was angry with me when I answered the door in my drawers and told her mother we were home. First of all, first of all, Aaron, how you went to the door and told her mother that we weren't home? That's hilarious. Oh my goodness. But no, there's no way my mom would do that. Introverts love, yes, Tommy. Introverts love alone time. We don't care where you are. Yes. Hello, enjoy your time away, Tommy. You get me? Yes. Instead of, first of all, I'm just not controlling like that. Second of all, I trust my husband, because honey, if it gets to the point, now I love that man, and he loves and adores me. But if it gets to the point that I can't trust you, and I got to know where you're going and where you at all the time, I don't need you, even after 17 years. And I don't mean to be glib about it or to seem to be nonchalant about it, but I don't need you if I got to know where you are all the time and what you're doing. I just got to know that I trust you and I know you coming back. And I enjoy my alone time. So it's things like that we're sometimes we're controlling on. Or say for instance, another instance, say for instance, I want to go somewhere. Just say family cruises. We've gone on many family cruises. I've asked him, "Do you want to go?" And he says no. I I tease him. I think he's scared of the water because he ain't never been on a cruise. But he says no. I'm not nonplussed about it at all. I'm not upset. I'm not. Or just say, for instance, there's a party. Somebody invited us as a couple to a party, and 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 I, you want to go, baby. You want to go to this party? And he says no. Honey, I know how to go without him and have a good time. I'm not upset with him. I'm not acting any kind of sideways with him. I'm not acting snide. And you know women how we say we all right, ain't nothing wrong, but they can tell something is wrong. Either we quiet or we petty or it's because something really is wrong. Where we upset because he won't go to the party with us. You know, it's you got to have that confidence and that being comfortable of enjoying yourself, and you have to do that in your single life so that you can carry that over into your married life, because it is too much on a person and on a marriage for that person to constantly have to be on your time, constantly trying to use using their energy to make you feel comfortable and make you feel confident. And I remember, I can't remember how awesomely Aaron put it, but I remember one of the lives Aaron made a comment about like the energy expended on a woman who is insecure, and it's just too much. And that's why it's got to start in your single life. And and if you're already married and just say, maybe say, hey, I'm doing this thing wrong. There's nothing wrong with improving. There's nothing wrong with growth. As a matter of fact, growth is a good thing. Growth is. I'm scrolling through. I'm seeing any comments that I missed. Um, mhm. And I did see you. I saw your comment, Crystal, when you said, "Me too." As far as my mom says that she just wants somebody to maybe go to lunch with. You said, "Me too." I saw that. Uh, and let's see. I'm gonna read the dope dealer. I used to feel free being single, but now I feel the pressure of finding someone soon because I have no kids and the fear is getting too late. And may I ask, if you don't mind, the dope and the dealer, how old are you? And you, I don't know if you shared that with me. I'm not sure who said they were 34. Oh, I'm sorry, you did. My bad. You already told me you're 34. Oh, girl, you young. You are young. Yeah. You know, we can have these babies up to age 50, 55 nowadays. Now you might be what 60 something, taking your baby to kindergarten, but that's okay. Let's see. I'm reading y'all. Remember when I told you? Okay. Introverts, a long time. Yeah. Um, Shalette say I'm nosy. Yes. Oh, Shalette, when you say I'm nosy, was that to the comment of like where your mate is going and what they're doing? Yes, I love being in the house too. I only go out the house with a purpose. I agree with you. I have been manipulated and controlled for many years. Now being single, I like the freedom for approval and criticism. Yes. Uh, yes, okay. I think I'm all caught up on the comments now. So, yeah, you have to, as a man, sometimes that's a fear. Although we can have kids for a while, and Lord, we don't want to be the 95-year-old at high school graduation. So I get it. I do get it. And the dope and the dealer, I'll just call you dope. That's what I, because I'm like, that's too much of a name. I'm gonna call you dope unless you got want to tell me another name to refer to you by. But I get it, Tommy. I mean, who really wants to be in kindergarten? And like right now, if I had a baby, yeah, I'm 55, but if I just happen to get pregnant, which is impossible, but I just happen to get pregnant, I don't want to be at the kindergarten graduation and my hair all white. Oh, Jen. Okay, all right. Thanks, Jen. Okay, I'll remember that. So, anyways, if y'all say something else, I'll talk about that. But let me get back on topic. But yes, but I have to have my me time. Yeah. But anyways, talking about. Okay, I'll remember either dope or Jen. So, but yeah, Aaron. And everybody else. But yeah, we make our mates feel institutionalized because it's about our own lack of confidence. It's about our own lack of being comfortable with ourselves. Now, don't get me wrong. I totally get it when you say, hey, I've been single 25 years, 30 years, whatever, 5, 10, 15, however long you've been single. And I did not get married to be alone or to be by myself. No, please don't misunderstand me. I do not mean that you get married just to be alone. It's different from being married so that you could be partnered up with someone that you love so that you could grow together, you can elevate together, you can accumulate together, you can serve together. You get married for all of those different various reasons. And of course, you want to be with that person. You want to spend time. I mean, as much as I talk about being an introvert, I totally, really thoroughly enjoy spending time with my husband. But it's a difference between enjoying and wanting to spend time with a need, and and the need that is so detrimental that it causes angst. It causes problems. It, that's the part I'm talking about. Not just like I say, wanting to spend time with your mate. I mean, who gets married not to spend time with their mate? No, what I'm saying, and I emphasize this because I don't want anybody to think that I'm, saying, hey, you get married not to be with your mate. But what I'm saying is, I know of relationships that met their demise because one or the other, usually it's the female, but one or the other is smothering the other person because of lack of confidence or lack of being comfortable in their own skin with themselves. And it's a detriment to your relationship. and you want to start being confident and comfortable in your own skin and in your own relationship with yourself and in your relationship with Christ Jesus before you try to be in a relationship with someone else. You're going to be in an unhealthy relationship with someone else if you are not in a healthy relationship with yourself prior to entering that relationship. I'm going to say that again to the ones in the balcony, that if you are in an unhealthy relationship with yourself prior to marriage, you are not going to be in a healthy relationship in a marriage. Just because you are two and become one, and because that person enhances your life and adds to your life and has answered, your prayers, it's that relationship is going to meet its demise. Um, if you're just not happy and comfortable with yourself. But okay, I'm gonna get back on. Well, I'm not off topic, but I'm gonna get back to my notes. Put it that way. So I talked about again the um, the topic is being comfortable and confident in your single life. Why is it important? Why is it important? Oh yes, I think Tommy. Oh, let me use right finger. Oh, Tommy, I got Tommy. Why are you over here in my notes? Do you have a crystal ball? Why are you in my notes? Uh, do you see here about confidence is your best accessory? I don't know how much you can read that. Do you see red flags? Where are you all in my notes? But yes, first of all, why is it important? Um, why is it important to be comfortable and confident? Is because when we're not comfortable and confident, yes, yeah, you see it. I don't know if I don't know if you really can read it, but red flag, confidence is your best accessory. It's attractive. Anyways, let me calm down. I'm excited. I get excited when y'all here with me. I have to remember the woosah. Calm down. Let's be succinct. Articulate. Don't be all giddy and happy. Yeah, Tommy's a prophet. Yes, prophet Tommy. But anyways, when you're not comfortable and confident, then you overlook red flags. And we've talked about that. Anybody that missed that video, please look it up. I have that video. That was one of our lives. Was talking about red flags. Just look for one of the last, I don't know, 10 videos somewhere. We talked about those red flags. And when you are not comfortable and not confident in your single life and in yourself, you overlook red flags. You make all kind of excuses for bad behavior, or maybe it's not bad behavior, because normally when you're dating, people don't come at you with bad behavior normally, because they gotta reel you in, but we overlook those red flags. Oh, yes, 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 Jen. I love when you all tell me you take notes. I just love that. I love it. But yes, if you're not comfortable in your own skin, if you're not comfortable in your single life, if you're not happy, and I would even say content. I was really hesitant to say content because I don't want anyone to think that when I say content, it means that you should not aspire or desire a relationship. Again, I think I beat that enough for you all to know. I don't mean that. But yeah, even the word says be content in all things. So be content in your single life. Aaron says red flags to relationships are like black flag to roaches. Yes. And when you're not comfortable, you look over all those red flags. Y'all, I mean, whether it's friends, whether it's young ladies from church, whether it's um, just different situations in my life, I can listen to these young ladies talk about these relationships, and I'm just like, why are these red flags just glaring? But y'all don't see them. Do you not see them, or are you just blinded, totally blinded by them, or do you see them but you're just disregarding them, or you just making excuses for them. But a lot of times, and I was venture to say that most time, it's because you're not comfortable in your own skin. You're not comfortable in your own single life, or you're not confident in your own single life. So therefore, you overlook those red flags. When you're Why it's important to be confident, because confidence is your best accessory. Confidence is endearing. Confidence is attractive. So you gotta be confident in your single life, and also a confidence transitions over into your marriage or into your future relationship or into your marriage. It's a good transition. Again, like I said, a lot of times people feel like I'll be this when I get married. Yeah. Hi, how you doing? Yes, desperate for love. When we're desperate for love, we overlook those red flags. And when we are another reason why it's important is when it helps to enjoy your life. When you're comfortable and confident in your single life, you enjoy it more. Who wants to When you're enjoying your life, that's also attractive. Did I say confidence is attractive? It's attractive when you are enjoying your life. A lot of times that's where you meet your mate, when you are enjoying your life. When you're enjoying the things that you naturally like to do. When you If you enjoy wherever skiing, you might meet them on the ski slopes. You enjoy shopping, you you might meet them at Trader Joe's if that's the kind of you like Trader Joe's or whatever these fresh market or whatever the Trader Joe type place in your area. If you enjoy books, you might meet them at the bookstore. If you enjoy museums, you might meet them at the museum. But you go these different places that you enjoy because you are content in your single life, you are comfortable in your single life, you're comfortable in your own skin, and there's nothing wrong with girlfriends. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being with girlfriends, enjoying girlfriend trips, guy friends, whoever your friendships are. But you have to be comfortable to go it alone. You don't wait, ladies. I'm telling you, don't wait until you got friends to go do things with. That's a good telltale sign when you. I know we have extroverts and I know we have introverts. Extroverts love being with people. Introverts, we basically opposite. um, and some are in the middle. Like I absolutely love people. I adore people. I I talk to people basically everywhere I go. But I'm an introvert. And then you got people on other ends of opposite ends of the spectrum. But a telltale sign that you're not comfortable if you can't go and do anything alone. You always got to have a friend. You always got to have a buddy. You always got to have, you can't go to a movie alone. You can't go to a theater alone. You can't go to a show alone. You can't go to the beach alone. You can't. I was just looking at some pictures, um, look in my photo, because I was trying to delete some photos, and it was just showing me some memories. And in like 2018, on my birthday, August 28th, I was on the beach alone. And I was thinking back, why was I alone on my birthday? But my husband, I'm sure, was at work. And so I was on the beach alone, enjoying God's beauty alone at the beach. Um, Now, like I say, everybody's not going to be the same. You have extroverts, you have introverts, and you have all in between. And a new word that I learned was ambivert. Uh, Oh, hey, Denise. Hey. Oh, I don't know what's going on with these notifications or whatever. But yeah, us here, girl. Welcome. But yeah, I heard of ambiverts. And I guess that's people in the middle or whatever. Let me see. Jen says, I'm a twin, and yes, it is hard to be alone, but I love me time. But my sister's always close. Yes. Hey, girl. Hey, Denise. There are four types of introverts. I'm about to. I think I probably read up on that, Krista, but I'm about to refresh my memory on the four types of introverts. I kind of coined myself a social introvert. I don't know if that's a real. I don't know if that's one of those four types, but I'm a social. introvert. Um, I'm sorry, and I'm reading y'all some of these messages. Same to the time, man. I believe that they're comfortable alone without losing aspiration. Exactly. I love that, Tommy. Tommy says, "I'm comfortable alone without losing aspirations for a relationship." Exactly. Exactly. I love that because that's what I'm saying. There is absolutely nothing wrong, and not only there's nothing wrong, I applaud it. I say, "Hey, God did not mean for us to be alone," and so I am all for relationships, love. But you gotta be comfortable in your single life. I'm going, y'all. I'm strolling through. Let me see. Confidence is very attractive. Insecurities can be like red flags. We all have our mess, but that self maintenance has got to take priority. Yes, self maintenance has got to take priority. Yeah. Um, see if I miss anything. As a man, sometimes that's a fear. Although we can have kids. Okay, I read that one. Alrighty. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know how I do. I ain't all professional and stuff, so I have to go back. uh, it is there, and there's a YouTube video about us. Okay, alrighty. Okay, I'm gonna look it up. I know that's right. Tommy said, I am not meant to live alone. He said, Luther said it too. I know that's right. I always think about Eve's Bayou. And the little girl say, and she ain't the lonely type. I don't know if anybody know that reference, but it's like you better go check on your woman, honey, because she's seeing somebody on the side, because she ain't the lonely type. Anyways, so I went over why it's important to be confident in your single life. Okay, so now let's talk about what does it look like? What does it look like to be comfortable in your single life? Uh, Well, let me just go back because I have a little extra note here about why it's important to be comfortable. To lessen anxiety. Uh, anxiety is a real thing, and I know a lot of different things cause us anxiety. It could be financial things, physical things, sickness, worry, whatever. A lot of different things cause us anxiety. But when you are not comfortable in your single life, it causes anxiety. And that's a tough state to be in, a constant anxiety. Thinking, anxious because you're alone, anxious because you think you'll never get anybody, anxious because you don't see the future that you want to see, um, anxious about if you're ever gonna find who's gonna ever love me. So it causes a lot of anxiety. But you gotta woosah and be comfortable in that single life. So to try and quell some of that anxiety that's trying to come up and make you feel like you're not going to ever to snatch your hope. Don't let anxiety snatch your hope. Try to find some ways to learn to quell that anxiety. And sometimes it's about getting out, getting out, doing things, enjoying your life. And we're going to talk more about that. So, what does it look like when you are comfortable and confident in your single life? What does that look like? What it looks like is kindness. I know that might be like, what? What does it have to do with being comfortable? Because don't let anxiety snatch your hope. Oh. That's funny. Thank you, Tommy. That's funny. I'm reading that thinking that's a quote from somebody. Then I see so blessed one. I'm like, oh, that's me. Hey, I got quotes. I got bars. But anyways, y'all, I'm silly. I'm a 55-year-old silly woman, child. Anyways, what does it look like? Kindness. And like I said, that might sound unrelated, but let me tie this in together. Only little people try to belittle people. Only hurting people try to hurt people. Yes, Chris, I got bars, Carol. But only hurting people try to hurt people. So when that, and y'all heard me say many times, y'all been with me long enough that your slip is showing. So when you're being unkind, when you're bullying, when you're being one of those little keyboard terrorists I call, when you are um, being mean to people, unkind to people, snide remarks, gossipy about people. Now, I don't mean like a good gossip. My sister here, we'll get a good gossip girl. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't finna lie and say I'm beyond some good gossip. As a matter of fact, I ain't caught up with my sister Denise in a few days because I've been on my anniversary. We've been doing stuff at church and all of that. So I gotta get with Denise and say, girl, what's the gossip, girl? So I'm not saying I ain't finna sit here and lie and tell y'all I ain't about a good piece of gossip. But what I'm saying is mean spirited. When you're mean spirited. And when you're mean spirited, yes, when you're a keyboard terrorist and mean spirited, and I don't care if you do it anonymous. Because sometimes we do it anonymous and think that our slip ain't showing. But honey, your slip is showing. When you were doing things like that, being unkind to people, because it says more about you than them when you being unkind. So what does it look like when you're not comfortable and confident in your own skin or in your single life? When you being unkind, but kindness says a lot about how you feel about yourself. And fun. What does it look like to be confident and comfortable in your own skin and in your single life? When's the last time you had fun? I'm asking y'all. When's the last time you had fun? I'm not saying that fun, might not be at the top of your priority list, but having fun adds and enhances your life. When's the last time you had fun? And what's fun to you? You might have to write a little list. You might have to actually write a list, 1 through 5 or 1 through 10, and say, what's fun? And hey, if I had money, no, let's just say, because we're not gonna say if you had money. No, what we're gonna say is what fits in my budget that's fun to me. And write your list of 5 or 10 things and start there and let's check off that list. Fun minus the sin. Now y'all know this the blessed place. So y'all know I ain't got to tell y'all. Y'all grown folks do what you want, but I ain't got to tell y'all that I ain't advocating no sin up in here. So yes, thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Jordan. Y'all grown. I ain't in y'all business. But in the blessed place, we ain't advocating sin. But one thing, but I love that you made that comment, Jordan, because so many people feel like they can't come to Christ because they can't have fun. And know why? Because us Christians done portrayed that being saved and being a Christian means you can't have no fun. And that's sad that that's what we portray. You can't. Just a little side note, y'all. Now, I was born and raised up in the church. Born and raised up. Probably was my mom probably took me to church probably 2 weeks after she was done had me. I don't know how long she stayed out, but born and raised up in the church. Knew about the Lord. Knew one day I want to be saved. But I always thought I'm gonna be saved when I'm real old, like when I get 50. When I'm real old, like 50 years old, I'm gonna get saved. I thought 50 was real old, but it was not until I met someone who's a real good friend of mine now and she was saved, but she kept me laughing. She was fun. She kept me laughing, and I said, "What? You mean to tell me I could be saved and have fun?" And that resonated with me. So okay, I'm gonna get off my little soapbox when it comes to that. I really have a lot of fun now that I am single. I've done 3 movies and a commercial. What do you mean, Aaron? As far as done 3 movies and a commercial, are you in those movies and commercial, or are you a extra, or have you made these movies? Because we would like to support you. I'd like to either watch the movie or so let us know. Drop us some information. But that's awesome. That's awesome. But see, those are things you should have been free to do in your marriage. I understand there's certain things in marriage that you can't do in your single life. Certain things in your single life you can't do in marriage. I thoroughly understand that. But those are things that you should have been able to do in your marriage and felt supported and felt free to do. But honey, we were locked down. We were locked down, and and make our mates feel like they're not free to do certain things. I thought I thought it was old too. I turned yep until you turn 50. I know, Crystal. And I surely thought 70 and 80. And girl, when people pass away in their 80, I said, "Oh, they were so young." I'm way late. Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. You know how we do. We still probably got a whole another 30 minutes or so. Welcome, but also watch the replay because we done talked about some good stuff. So I hope you get to watch the replay. I think you have a fun energy as well, so maybe she rubbed off on you. Oh, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Let me see. Oh, yes, I have in 3 independent films. So, oh my, that's awesome. Okay, Aaron, you got to let us know. Drop us some information. Yes, like Tommy said, how can we support? I will find out where they are being shown online. Okay, and Aaron, when Aaron drops me the information, when one of my next live, I'll drop everybody the information. Y'all know old school. I don't know how to drop it in a live, so y'all know I'm gonna do it like this right here. But yeah, let me know, Aaron. Inbox me on Facebook or whatever. Let me know as soon as you have the information, and I'll be sure put it out. Yes, Tommy said being saved was not portrayed as fun. It was for old people. LOL. Yep, I knew I was gonna be a deacon at 50. LOL. Still might. Yep. Exactly, Tommy. Exactly. Exactly. It's funny you say deacon. It's like my husband ended up being a pastor, and I was like, all I wanted in life was a good old deacon. Because deacons, I don't know, deacons are just like, to me, deacons are they're watchful, they're protective, they're extrovert, they're on it, they just. But then I married somebody who became a pastor. But anyways, we'll hope you become that good old deacon, Tommy. But anyways, let me get to some more of these. What does being comfortable and confident in your single life looks like? So we talked about being kind. We talked about fun. That's where we left off. That's where we kind of went on the tangent about fun. When's the last time you had fun? Write your list of what's fun. Write your list of what's within your budget, and maybe about 10 things, and go through it and do some of those things. I don't care if it's the weekend you have to do them. I don't, whenever you're free time, and start checking off some of those things. Is going to the beach fun to you? And then sometimes you don't even know. Sometimes you don't even know, have a clue what's fun. You don't even have a clue what you like to do. Uh, so because you just haven't, you might have been just busy with raising kids, maybe helping with grandkids, maybe financial difficulty, maybe physical ailments, life. Just put it that way. Maybe the life just done. Yeah, I'm hot. Speaking of life, whew, um, so for whatever reason, you might not even know what you like. You might not even know what's fun. So if you don't know what's fun, throw some things in there that you might think might be fun. That you saw other people. Y'all know we got social media. People always profiling on social media. Hey, write down some of those things on your list and go out and have some fun. That's the way you can enjoy your single life and being comfortable and confident in your own skin, comfortable and confident in your single life. Um, what it looks like when you have inner strength, when you have inner strength, and I would say that I'm sure most of us have that inner strength. Just reflecting the things that you've gone through that didn't kill you when you thought you were dying. But it didn't. When that divorce and you thought you were dying, but it didn't kill you. That breakup that you thought you were dying, but it didn't kill you. When your children broke your heart and you thought you were dying and it didn't kill you. That job that you hated, but you stayed there for however so long because you had to do this or do that. You had financial obligation, whatever, but it didn't kill you. All those things that did not kill you, all those maybe mental anguish that you went through, maybe physical, maybe you went through a bout of cancer and now you got a good report. Maybe you on your second year, fifth year, 10th year of a good report, doctor's report. Whatever the situation is, there's a plethora of different things that life throw up at us. But reflect on how You made it through. And know that you are that your inner strength is beautiful. Know that you are resilient. Know that you are strong. And when you think about those things, and my sister Denise or Jesus, stop talking about my life. Denise, you are strong. You are beautiful. You have made it through so much. And so know that. Yeah, and know that. And I know it's not just you alone. We all of us. I mean, each one of us in here, I know got a story of loss. Some have lost our parents and have lost. Now, I hate doing this because I don't I like pronouncing this and being wrong. But Krista, did you lose your mom? And I hope I'm not wrong, but I don't know why Krista came to my mind that she had lost her mom a few years ago. But we've gone through so much, Denise and I, where our dad passed away about 12 years ago. Our sister passed away just 1 year. Yes, okay, Chris, I thought so. Your mom and your dad. Our sister passed away. Um, just a little over a year ago. It's like we've gone through so much, and you're so strong and you're so resilient. Um, that you have to reflect on that, and you have to give yourself credit. Give yourself credit for that. Oh, I just love, yeah. Oh, yes, Shalette. I remember your twins. I think if I'm, and like I said, I hate calling stuff out because my memory is so bad. But I think you had twins and you lost one. And correct me if I'm wrong. You had twins and your daughter passed away. And I know I've said it before, but so sorry, so sorry to hear that. And and Shalette, I'm imagining you thought that it was gonna kill you, and it didn't. And I just lost my brother. Krista said I just lost my brother. It hurts just like when I lost my mom and dad. Yes. Tommy says inner strength is a big one. Sometimes you have to make a list to remind you of what you made it through. Credit for the past and grace for the future. Sorry, for the lost, but prayers for everyone. Yes, yes. Tommy, I love that. I talked about a list of what is fun. If you're taking notes, yes. I love that everybody is sending their condolences to Shalette. I can imagine days that Shalette thought she was gonna die, but she knew she had to live for her children. Okay, okay, yes. No, they weren't twins, and she was 18. Okay, all right. Yes, so sorry for your loss. But somebody in my life had twins, and they lost one of their children, one of the twins. Um, I apologize, I got the stories mixed up, but I did know that you had lost your daughter. That is, but you're still here, and you're here on alive, and you're wanting to learn, change, grow. The things we go through and the things we make it through, we're resilient people, and so you got to know that when you reflect on the strength that you have, that in and of itself is enough to make you confident. You can be like, I can tackle anything, I can handle anything. I I I don't wanna talk about my other points. When I'll get there. I got some more points because we're talking about. Let's go to that was inner strength, and I'll probably get back around to inner strength when I talk about my others. Acceptance. What does that's my husband called me. Now he know I'm on my line, and y'all he gonna call me back probably. Um, I don't know why I don't keep my other phone in here with me so I can text him and let him know. Anyways, acceptance. What do I mean by accepting? Acceptance of yourself, mistakes, flaws, and all. We got to have acceptance of. Now, acceptance doesn't mean that you don't have a desire and intention to learn, change, and grow. We should all be growing. We should all should be learning. We should all should be improving. But you got to have acceptance of your mistakes, acceptance of your flaws, acceptance of certain limitations that we have. Um, that that's what strength. That's what strength looks like. Is accepting uh, your flaws, accepting your certain limitations, accepting even those things that you don't like about yourself and that you want to change. Definitely seek to change those things, but accept that that's part of your makeup. Accept that that is part of you, that's part of your makeup, and those things that I seek to enhance, I'm going to enhance. Those things that I seek to eliminate, I'm going to work to eliminate. But accept it. Accept, acknowledge and accept that this is me. This is what I like about me. This is what I want to enhance about me. This is what I don't like. This is what I want to change. And these things are probably ain't gonna never change. But acceptance. That's what confidence is accepting, being accepting. Laughter. Now, some people laugh a lot, like me. I'm always laughing. People have asked me that. Do you always laugh? But joy. The joy of the Lord is my strength. But laughter. When the last time you laughed? When the last time you laughed? Because laughter just means enjoyment. Laughter just means you're in a good space. You're in a good circle. You got some good circle of friends that make you laugh, or you went to you saw a good show that made you laugh. But laughter, fun, joy. You always got a sour puss face. Your countenance is always you know um, just not saying you always got to be smiling. Not saying you always got to be laughing. But sometimes some people you wonder, do you ever smile? Do you ever laugh? Are you ever happy? Do you have any joy? So just some good old laughter. But let me see. I'm looking y'all to see because y'all been talking something up here. Let me see what y'all saying. Um, and I just lost my brother. Okay. The inner strength. Okay, I read that one. Sorry for the loss. So very sorry for your loss. Oh, they're right twins. Amen. Tommy, hugs to Shalette. Yes, we still here. Yes, ma'am. Grace of God, song by Sherry, is great to listen to for inner strength, resiliency, acceptance of the past. Oh, okay, I love that. Hold on. I'm taking me a pic. Oh, had to take me a photo of that one. Tell me so I can remember that. Had to take me a screenshot. Still I rise. Okay, I'm taking a picture of that. And even though I know I can scroll back up, knowledge and acceptance. That's a good one. Thank you, Tommy. Behind every smile, there's a story to be told. Exactly. Tonight, these lies help me laugh more. Oh, awesome! I'm glad. I'm glad, Tommy. I'm glad. I'm glad I could bring some laughter to people. I enjoy bringing entertainment, information, laughter, and spirituality. I like bringing a mixture of those things to people. I don't just Deidre personally. I'm not dogmatic where um, every time you see me, all I talk about is Jesus Christ and Him crucified, and ain't nothing wrong with that if that's your thing. I love the Lord. I love me some Jesus, but I also um, enjoy laughter. I enjoy a good time. You know. Uh, let's see behind it. I'm still reading y'all tonight. People that say they can't have fun, it's usually because they want to do something sinful. There's other ways to have fun. Go on a cruise, shopping, skating, join a meet, greet, group, concert. Exactly. There is so much fun out there that does not involve sin. And like I say, I don't judge folks in their life. And I don't try to tell grown folks what to do and not do, but there's a lot you can do. I didn't know that, you know. I mean, I thought you had to sin to have fun. So I used to have my fun sinning. But then I found out that there is fun and joy in Christ Jesus. Okay, so what does it look like to be comfortable and confident? So we talked about laughter. We talked about kindness, fun, inner strength, acceptance, laughter, and the next one is valuing your own voice and opinion. What does being comfortable and confident in your single life look like? Being valuing your own voice and your own opinion. What do I mean by that? That's a whole video. I even talked about doing a video on that. You got to know how to value your own voice and your own opinion. Um, okay, I'm gonna get back. Let me see what Aaron is saying. I mean, some cranberry juice, putting on a Michael Frank album on the back porch is a good time for me. Yes, yes. What and Aaron, I'm so glad. To your point, don't compare what a good time to what other people think a good time is, because some person's good time might be spending. I don't know how much a yacht costs, y'all, so I might be so off. But a good time, you know, they might spend $10,000 to rent a yacht, and we're in a good time to. Aaron is free going on the back porch with some cranberry juice. So don't let social media tell you what is a good time. You know, you tell social media about your good time. Don't let social media tell you what a good time is. Valuing your own voice and opinion. That's gonna be a good video in by itself. Yes, Tommy, we're gonna delve. That's a whole video, and I promised this video months and months ago. On one of my other videos, I talked about it. I asked the question. I said, ladies, why don't we value our own opinion and um, our own voice and our own opinion? And I said, that's just a question, but if you want me to do a video on it, and a lot of people say, yes, do the video, you do the video, and I didn't get around to the video. So that's going to be a whole video in and of itself. But yes, we don't we don't quite, not only value, we don't know how. Sometimes we don't know how to hear our own voice and value what our own voice is telling us. And it's hard to hear our own voice when we're constantly seeking someone else's voice, someone else's opinion, which is why we can't quite hear our own voice. Uh, because even if we're not actively seeking someone else's voice, I'm always looking over here, but I think my camera over here, y'all, I'm slow. Anyway, but even if we're not actively seeking someone's opinion, we hear our mama or our grandmama or our daddy, or we hear the bullies, or we hear social media, or we hear someone else. We hear, someone from our childhood. We hear what other people has told us about ourselves, um, or we actively seek someone. You know, we need someone to tell us if they like this outfit before. Now, there's nothing wrong with sharing. You know, girl, look at my haul. Look what I bought. Look at my outfits. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm going out to which shoe looks better. You know, girlfriends, we do that. Sisters, we do that. Which shoe look better with this outfit? Da, da, da. That's girl stuff. We do stuff like that. But what I'm saying is, you can't make a decision. You like this dress, but because I don't like this dress, so you're not gonna get it because I don't like it. Listen to your own voice. Did you like the dress? Did it make you feel comfortable? Did it make you feel sexy? Well, don't let my voice outweigh your voice and what you felt. And sometimes you might even have to start getting in touch with your own feelings. How did this make you feel? And sometimes it's opposite. You didn't feel comfortable in a situation. You didn't feel comfortable in an outfit. You didn't feel comfortable in a situation. You didn't feel confident in uh, different things. But because somebody else's voice outweighed your own, you listen to someone else's voice. Now, we do that when we're teenagers, but when we start getting to our age, we should be knowing the value of our own voice and listening to our own. Oh, let me see. I know. If you don't value your own voice opinion, you hear the voices of those who influence or had a strong impact, good or bad. Exactly, Tommy. Exactly what I'm saying. Um, so let's say this is I forgot I have gotten up to an age was dancing and felt the next day. Girl, we were in church last week, Shalette, and woo, we had a good old time. We had like a concert, and I had my tambourine and I was beating it, and I danced in the aisle all night long. And honey, the next day I had to take me some ibuprofen. I felt it. I was doing a holy dance, but I felt it all in my body and in my back. Like you say, enjoyed yourself. Yep, I enjoyed myself. Um, and Tommy says awareness when someone else's voice is being heard, empowering them to speak up to. That's good. Yep, yep. Um, yes. So we have to be comfortable and confident in our own voice. I'm not gonna continue delving deep into that because that's gonna be a whole nother video. So stay tuned for that. But we got to be comfortable and confident in our own voice and our own opinions about what's best for us, what works for us, what we like and don't like, what we what we value and what we don't value, where we want to put our time, where we want to put our energy, what places we want to go, vacations we want to take. Um, uh, Not trying to meet up to someone else's expectation of you. Just say you want to go on, I don't know, just say you want to go on a vacation. And you say, I just want to go to, I don't know, you just name somewhere you want to go. And someone is like, that's where you're going on vacation? What if that's where you want to go? Go. You don't have to be in Europe. You don't have to be in the Cayman Islands. You don't have to be in Australia. Those places are all good, all nice, but don't let someone else's opinion take away from your opinion and what you value and what you want to do. But we're gonna move on because it's a whole nother video. We're gonna save some for the video. Being comfortable and confident in your single life. What does it look like? We talked about kindness, fun, inner strength, acceptance, laughter, valuing your own voice and your own opinions, and valuing your time. When you're comfortable in your own single life, you know how precious time is. Y'all, it's but a vapor. That's the sad news. Life is but a vapor. But the good news is we can decide on our perspective of that vapor. We get to decide on our perspective of it. So time is precious, time is valuable. So you got to know that it is to too valuable to be wasting it on people who don't deserve your time and your energy. Um, Doing things that you don't really want to do. Now, I don't mean like work. Some of us working and might not really want to do it, but I'm just talking about those things outside of say your paycheck, doing things that you just really don't. Yeah, don't waste your own time. Exactly, exactly. I just love how y'all summarize and I love it. Yes, but yes, don't waste. Time is too precious. Time is too precious. But when you're not comfortable and confident in your own skin and your own life, you give your time to anybody, or maybe I won't just say anybody, but often to people who don't really deserve it. People are taking up your time who don't really deserve it or don't reciprocate. You give all your time to them, but is there any reciprocity? Is that person returning any time, effort, favor back to you? You got to, think about that. So my time and my effort and my energy is too valuable to just giving out to people who don't even reciprocate. I'm not saying it has to be the same. Don't have to be the same 50-50, but there's no effort, no reciprocity. This is how do you know when people don't value your time? Aside from reciprocity, uh, good question. The way you know that people don't value your time is when they make plans that they don't hold to. When people make plans with you, and now we understand things happen. We understand emergency. But when people make plans for you and you have carved out time for them, you have set your whole schedule because you have plans with this person or whatever, and they don't eat. Some people don't even call. Some people don't even call. Yes, that's another one, Denise. Like, always late. And I was going to get to that one. I was going to get to that one. They're always late. You got plans to have breakfast. You have Denise. I'm glad you chiming in because Denise is my sister. Denise is real big on this. It's like, you disrespecting my time when you cancel at the last minute. And believe me, barring emergencies, everybody understand emergencies. Girl, I had to go to the emergency room, or I got sick. I'm talking real sick at the last minute. I had to rush my child to the emergency, whatever. People understand emergencies. Nobody's that crazy, I think, to not understand. But before you cancel at the last minute, you already knew that you were going to cancel. You already knew. You already knew you didn't want to go. You felt anxious about telling this person that you didn't really want to go. So you felt anxious and you didn't know how to tell this person. So you waited till the last minute. You finally got up enough courage and enough nerves to send that text. No, you didn't call because you didn't want to call to cancel. So you sent that text at the very last minute to cancel because you're not valuing that person's time, and you're not valuing that person's that person's energy and that person's time. Um, Okay, I'll get to that one, Jen. Jen says, what about family members if they are toxic? Forgive and let go. We'll get to that one. When they are manipulative. Good one, Aaron. Denise says they're always late. They cancel at the last minute. They never want to be flexible. That's a good one. You always do their activities, but they never do yours. Very good. Very good. That's a good one, Denise. That's another way you know they don't value your time, value you or their time. It's like they're inflexible um, when it comes to you. So say Denise and I are friends. No, good ones, Denise. If you think of some more, hey, because you're much better at that particular question than I am. But excellent. So if you think of some more, let us know. But I love what you said about the inflexibility because if say Denise and I, we're friends, which we are, we're sisters and BFFs. But if I want Denise to always be flexible when it comes to me and my plans, but I have no flexibility when it comes to her. So that's another way that you know that people are not valuing your time or your friendship. I hate that they don't call and they dodge you. Yes, uh, that's how you know when and it boggles my mind when grown adults make plans and just don't show up. I mean, that rarely happens to us because we kind of stick to we basically do everything together, and so we don't do that in our family in our household. Because you just didn't show up, or the popo coming to find you because we know something that happened. Uh, Something that happened and you just don't show up. And when we make plans, but it boggles my mind that you can make plans with somebody and just not show up, and no text or call or anything. It's like who does that? But people do. They only partake in your activities that puts them in the spotlight. They are the Beyonce of the group. Yes, that's a good one. I love that one, Denise. Denise says they only partake in your activities that puts them in the spotlight. Like they are the Beyonce of the group. Yes, honey. If they are the Michelle and the Kelly, they ain't going. They ain't gonna participate because they at the Beyonce. Yes, that's an excellent one, Denise. I love that. They are only there for the fish and the loaf, aka when it's free to them, or you are paying for them. Oh, I love that. I love that. Yes, yes, excellent, excellent. Um, Let me see. I was trying to remember who asked that question because was that was that good? Was that Oh, that was Tommy that asked that. Tommy, good stuff, right? So let's you stick up Beyonce. Let me do what about family members? Okay, yes, family members. Family members, you have to put a limit to. You can love someone, and you have to put a limit to how much energy you're gonna get, energy and time you're gonna give to a toxic person. Now, I would say this is just Deidre. Mama or daddy or grandma, I'm gonna pray and and keep my mouth shut and have some, and I'm gonna check on them and I'm gonna love them. But if you ain't mama, daddy, or grandma, I'm limiting my time and my energy around you. But I would love to hear, anybody welcome to share or to answer, share your thoughts on that. But that's just Deidre. I ain't pretty nothing pretty much my mom. There's nothing too toxic that my mom can say or do that I would just totally shut her off. That, like I said, that's just Deidre. But now, how much, Mama? I just came to lay my eyes on you, just to make sure you good. Okay, bye. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna still. That's just Deidre. I'm gonna still, see my mom. You ain't my mom or my dad or my grandma, and my dad gone. My grandma's gone. So the only that leave is my mama. That just leave cat. If you ain't cat, I'm not giving you my time or my energy if you just constantly toxic. But I welcome anybody else's thoughts on that. This is helping me to be more aware and reassess some friendships and familial relationships. Yes, sometimes you have to, and I love that you said that, Tommy. Reassess because sometimes we have to reassess. Sometimes we think because we've been friends or, like you say, familial, because we've been this for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, because you were my high school BFF, or because you were my college, BFF, or because you my bro from, we played basketball when we were 18 years old. People grow, and sometimes they grow at different rates and in different directions. And sometimes you have to do some reassessment. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we're so beholden. I can remember, and I know my sister Danica does not mind me saying this, but I can remember she had, I'm saying BFF, because her BFF, it was totally one sided. And it was from, through high school. And so one day, I don't know if she was talking to me about maybe about a BFF, or she was maybe kind of lamenting the fact that it's kind of like one sided relationship. And I said, Danica, you can choose your friends, right? And it's funny how years later she recalls this conversation quite often. She was like, "Remember you told me?" And I had no idea. And she said when I told her that, because she was only about at this time maybe, I don't know, 21, 22 years old. I said, you can choose your friends, right? And she was like, um, kind of like, no, I didn't know I could choose my friends. And it was years later when she's like, Deidre, I did not know. So I just thought because we were high school, like middle school, high school, BFFs, I didn't know I could choose my friend. Yeah, you can choose and unchoose your friends. um, See, don't make someone a priority when they only make you an option. Yes, I love that. I wish we could email you. I have issues with both parents as I was away as a child. Yes, okay, Jen, you can email me at because I made this email just for my blessed ones, but I rarely tell anybody. Um, you can email me at ask. Oh Lord, hold on, I don't want to because I haven't used it in so long. Ask so blessed one. Yeah, ask so blessed one at yahoo.com. Ask. It's funny. My last name is Askew, Askew, but I didn't do it for that. But it does sound like it's kind of a portmanteau. Portmanteau is part of one and part of the other. You put it together. So it sounds like it's a portmanteau of ask you and so blessed. But no, it was just ask, like if you want to ask me some questions. But ask, so blessed one, just a number one, so blessed one at yahoo.com. You can send the email there, but I will tell you that at present, my email says I have 7,800 and some emails. So they let you know that I rarely read my emails. Yeah, ask one at yahoo.com. But I will tell you that if I know you're going to email over there, I will check. But the quickest way to reach me is if you're on Instagram. I look at Instagram every day, half the day. So if you're on Instagram and you want to follow me at SocialBless1, you can inbox me there. If you're not on Instagram, I understand. Some people say I don't do Instagram, I don't have Instagram. If you don't have Instagram, that's fine. Use the socialbless1 at yahoo.com. So you can send me an email there, but like I say, my preference is if you have Instagram, follow me on Instagram at socialbless1 and inbox me there because I'm gonna see that all the time in it. I got notifications on that tell me that I got a message, all of that stuff. Oh, okay. Well, you can do Instagram. Yes, I welcome you. Follow me over at SoBless1, same as the name here, and that way I will definitely. Sometimes I video back and forth with people. Sometimes those will feel comfortable. I got my own little, inner circle. Not that they're like so much more special than you all. Just people who want to video me, or people who want to just text me. So we have dialogue behind the scenes too, and I'm open for that. Like I said, I love people, and I definitely love my blessed ones. And like I said, and I'm not one of those people who untouchable. I'm not one of those people who I just come on here and talk and that's it. I like engagement. I like knowing about y'all. I like when I can bless you. I like being able to bless you all. I like all that. So, anyways, y'all, whew, I'm hot, y'all. Anyways, let me get to where was I? Oh, hold on. Wait, I think I missed some messages. Let me look. Let me make sure I'm caught up. I have many. Okay, I wish I could. Okay, Jen says, I'm going to say dope. Dope says, I wish I could email you. I have many thoughts on family. So I gave you information to email me or actually Instagram me. I just recently had to deal with this with a family member. I forgave her, but because I have to constantly forgive her, I am now backing away and loving from a distance. Yes, that's what you have to do. That is exactly what you have to do. Um, don't feel obligated because they're family. Exactly. You do not have to feel obligated. Yes, Denise. My sister Denise said she LOL, and my sister Danica. Yeah, Danica's epiphany that what? I could choose my own friend? Yep. Just as they left me and my twin as kids and they had a bad relationship. Each have reached out. I don't really know them and the past isn't good. Okay. Okay. I look forward to talking to you, Jen. Um, Tommy says growth in different directions is real. Yep. It was a shock for me, especially with high school, college friends. But you can be happy for them and their journey, but not participate in it. Age 23, 27 shocker. Yes. I love that, Tommy, when you say that you could be happy for their journey, but no, you don't have to participate in it. Exactly. Um, exactly. You don't have to participate in their, in their journey, and it's not hating. Don't let anybody think that you're being a hater, just because you don't participate in their journey, or just because you have gone a different direction, because you have, I hate to say outgrown them, but that's just real. Sometimes you outgrow certain relationships, you outgrow certain situations. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with moving in a different direction because you've outgrown this circle or this situation. If you all are growing together, you know, uh, that's awesome. And there's a difference between, just say you became financially, y'all both started out broke, and then you elevated yourself to a certain financial status. Now you know, there's nothing wrong with maintaining a friendship and relationship with someone who's not your financial equal. I mean, I think that that's amazing to remember your real friends who knew you before you were, financially elevated. But has their mentality grown? That's the thing. Has their mentality and their character grown? Um, so talking about, yeah, what we talking about, what does it look like to be comfortable and confident? When you're comfortable and confident, you are not requiring anybody else to make you happy. I already talked about that before in quite a few different lives, but you don't require anybody else to make you happy. Y'all, I'm telling you, it is gonna be exhausting if you require somebody else to make you happy, if you require other things outside yourself to make you happy. Yes, people can enhance your joy, enhance your happiness. But if you require something outside yourself to make you happy and keep you happy, it's going to be exhausting on that person, and it's going to be exhausting on your relationship. So you got to find that intrinsic happiness and that intrinsic joy. Um, knowing that, you got to know that you got to get comfortable being alone. You got to get comfortable being alone. I'm, like I said, I'm not saying that so comfortable that you don't want anybody, but you gotta get comfortable with yourself, comfortable with your thoughts, comfortable with going places by yourself, comfortable with just being alone. Because if you don't get comfortable and confident in it, you're gonna be constantly anxious, constantly upset, uh, that things are not happening for you like you want it to. You're going to be bitter. You don't want to be bitter. You just want to be better. As we grow older, we don't want to grow older and bitter. We want to grow older and better. So if you're not comfortable in your own singlehood, you're going to grow bitter, and you're going to take that bitterness into your marriage. So be better, not bitter. So let's talk about, lastly, how do you obtain this comfortable, confident, yes, not older and bitter, but older and better. Yes, yes, yes. Good goal. Good goal. How to obtain this comfortable? It's like, Deidre, okay, I hear you. I hear you. You saying some good stuff, but how do I get there? How do I get there? There are many, 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 many different ways to get there. Or what about physical insecurities? Um, physical insecurities, I would say, because physical insecurities can mean so many different things. I'm just gonna say overall, over overall statement. is that you gotta, it goes back to what I said, acceptance. You gotta accept whatever your physical insecurities are. You gotta, like I say, it could be so many things. But I am always so profoundly affected by people who have major, like physical disabilities or infirmities, or say infirmities, deformities, who don't let that limit them. Who still come? They do TED talks. They get paid to go in front of boardrooms and talk to people. They because of their because they've accepted they've accepted their physical deformities or their physical disabilities. They've accepted it, but that acceptance did not cause them to limit themselves. Like I say, you got to also go back to what I said about resilience and inner strength. You got to know, remember, whatever your physical disabilities or ailments or whatever it is, imagine what you've gone through with those disabilities, what you've overcome, the inner strength to. Oh, I don't have any physical disabilities unless fat. Unless fat is a disability, it can be debilitating. But I don't have any. I don't have any physical. Yes, with God, nothing is impossible. Yes, Aaron, I love that. But I don't have any physical disabilities, and I can only imagine, how life, how difficult things have been at times in life. So I can imagine how difficult things would be for someone with physical disabilities or deformities or whatever it is. But don't let it limit you. The limitation is only in your mind. The limitation is only in your lack of confidence. The limitation is only in the thoughts that you have about yourself or the thoughts that you believe that other people have put in you and the limitations that other people have put and placed on you. But that's where you go and back to what we're talking about, how do you obtain it? How do you obtain the confidence? That's where you go and research people who are doing the darn thing with their limitation, I mean, with their deformities or with their physical ailments. Um, like I say, I'm always just amazed and um, in awe of people who are confident even with those various issues. Yes, so inspiring. Sometimes people with disabilities are so inspiring because some are confident and proof of God's grace and strength. Yes, 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 Tommy. Up here in Detroit, a blind lawyer was elected judge. I love it. I love it. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all see how it's just like joyful? I love it. I love when I see that because that blind judge, I'm sure somewhere along the line, there have been some voices that said he can't do this. You can't go to college. You can't go. You can't get your bachelor's. You can't get your master's. You can't get your JD. I know there was somewhere along the line somebody had said that to him, but he didn't let those opinions and voices limit him or change the trajectory, or maybe it did change the trajectory. Maybe they said he couldn't, and he said I can. So you got to know, like Aaron said, all things are possible with Christ. All things. And then you got to know that you've got to value your own opinions about yourself. And you got to know that there's no mistake. There was no mistake in you. You could be an inspiration. When I say you, I'm not talking about just you, Jen. I'm talking about anybody with any type of physical disabilities or anything like that. The world needs you. God made no mistake. The world needs you. Representation. Nowadays, one of the catchphrases is representation is everything. The world needs that representation to know that. You can be blind and still be a judge. That you could have no arms and no legs, and you could still be a public speaker that make probably millions of dollars a year. Because I've seen it. Y'all can, I'm sure you could Google it on or YouTube it. There, I've seen speakers who ain't got no legs, and they getting paid money to go around and do inspirational talks, to people. So yes, there are. So don't let anything limit you. Don't let I'm telling you, I've been on YouTube 13 years. I can't tell you how many people, all of them were women, that told me. I don't know if men felt like this, but all of these were women who told me they wish they could do YouTube like me, but they're not comfortable. They don't feel like they're pretty enough. They don't feel like that they're comfortable enough. They don't feel like they maybe could speak, you know. But don't let anything limit you from what you want to do. Don't let your own negative thoughts, don't let other people's negative thoughts and opinions limit you about what you want to do. Don't let any disabilities limit you, because, like I said, God ain't make no mistakes in any of us, and representation is everything. So let other people know, and disabled people, and even people who are not disabled. Something, I think one of my lives, I was thinking one of my lives, somebody told, oh no, that was interabled couple. I think that's what we talked about, interabled couple. Um, but yeah, let other people who like myself who's not disabled. By I'm inspired by many different people, but disabled people doing things. I'm inspired by that. A basketball player with one arm is being looked at by the NBA. I've heard that. I heard that, Aaron. I love it. I absolutely love it. My twin has cerebral palsy, and she is strong. She's very outgoing despite being in a wheelchair. I struggle mostly my weight. I'm chunky and less confident because of it, even though I should be grateful. And okay, Jim, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some things. How do you obtain, confidence? We'll talk even more. We'll do a whole video about confidence, but I'm going to get to into that about being chunky and all of that stuff. Accepting your physical attributes doesn't mean you can't aspire to change the things you can. And if you can't change it, differently abled. I like that, differently able. I think, Tommy, you probably the one that reminded me, not just disabled, but differently able. Scars, etc. It makes you special. Yes, yes. Um, this is really that's amazing. Yep, about the NBA star in Seattle. There's a football player in the Seattle Seahawks that has one hand. I love that. I'm glad you. Thank y'all for sharing all those different examples and testimony, because it's exactly what I mean. Is that we limit ourselves by what we think of ourselves or what people have told us over. And I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's that when you have been told something, or when you've told yourself something year after year after year, you're too fat, you're too skinny, you're too dark, you're too light, your hair is to this, your nose is to that, your speech is to, uh, to like I even get like even with my husband. Jen, there are men who love. Yeah, Aaron said there are men who love healthy women. Yes, yes. Even with my husband, y'all. My husband has a speech impediment, and he cannot articulate certain words. And I told y'all, we in one of my lives we were talking about, what we wanted in a mate, and one thing I wanted in a mate, I wanted a man who could articulate to the gods. I wanted a man who could articulate like Michael Eric Dyson. I always use him as an example because I love the way he articulates. And like I said, if you don't know who he is, just pull up a video, Michael Eric Dyson, and just listen to him talk. But my husband don't can't articulate like that. But I had to I had to say, you know what? He does more with what God gave him than a lot of men who can articulate to the gods. So we put those thoughts on people. We limit people. You know, if it was up to Deidre, I would say, don't do this, don't say that, don't speak here, don't speak there, don't, don't. But I put those limitations on my husband. If my husband had to speak at the White House, he'll get up there and speak. And you can't tell him he ain't articulating. Right, Denise? But me, I would be nervous. I'll be like, oh Lord, turn the mic down. He's gonna mess up some words. But that's me. And my own insecurities. That's me and my own judgment. Don't put that on him to limit him and limit his thoughts. So I say that don't let anybody limit you. Don't let anybody limit you on what God has for you and your purpose. I know God has blessed my husband with a way with people. He has a way with people, and especially men. And he calls Denise knows he's an architect. He calls himself an architect. He's a builder of men. And then Charles would be like, Joe Biden, good morning, soldier. Yes, he will. That's just what he call him. That's just what he call him. And I'd be like, oh Lord Jesus, he just called the president soldier. But God has blessed my husband with he's an architecture of men. He knows how to build men. But me, I want to limit him. I want to muzzle him because he ain't articulating the way I would have him to articulate. I just share that with you all, full transparency, because I like to tell on myself too, because I'm still learning, changing, and growing. But that's me limiting him or trying to limit him. I don't. I know not to, because he ain't gonna be studying me. So, but yes, that's Jen. That he'll tell you next time he's on live. I tell him, baby, what you call yourself? Denise knows. She's heard him many times. He's the architecture of men. He knows how to. He knows how to. When I say build a man, he knows how to talk to men. He knows how to. He knows how to build a man up. Uh, that's a whole nother, that's a whole nother video. We'll have him one day talk about that. Um, but let's get to because y'all we at or whatever I don't know hour and what half hour and something. So let's talk about how do you obtain um, confidence? How do you obtain confidence and being comfortable in your single life? Prayer. You know, Aaron mentioned it that all things are possible through Christ. Prayer. I'm telling you, a personal relationship with Christ Jesus is everything. It's everything. Prayer. You got to know whose you are. You got to know what He thinks of you. You got to know what you're made of. You got to know what you're made from. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. So through prayer, you got to have that personal relationship with the Lord. Acceptance. Acceptance. Accept that your hair don't look like the next one. Accept that your nose don't look like the next one. Accept that your lips don't look like the next one. Accept that your body size don't look like the next one. Accept and like Tommy, I think it was Tommy that mentioned it. Change what you want to change. Change what's within your power to change that you don't like. There's if you want to be smaller, change. If you want to be bigger, you want some muscles or thicker, whatever it is, and you can change it, change it. But change it because you're wanting to improve, not changing it because you think it's going to change your confidence. Change because you're wanting. I paused because I wanted you to really resonate with you. To their change for the best for your growth, but don't change just because you don't feel good enough. You don't feel worthy. Acceptance, accept it. Your circle, you might have to change your circle. You might have to change your circle to be comfortable and confident. Sometimes you can be in a circle of people who are comfortable with you being at a certain level. But when you get to a certain level, they're not comfortable with you. When you get to, you start, we just gonna say fact. They might be comfortable with the fat Deidre, but Deidre get all slim and trim and get all thick fine and be like she was when she was 18 years old. Then Denise might not want to hang out with me no more because now I'm just as fine as her. And so you might have to change. You might have to change. Yes, Michael Eric Dyson. Yes. So you might have to change your circle. Um, if you got people who are not elevating you or lifting you up in your confidence, if their objective is to make you feel bad about yourself, for you not to value your own thoughts and opinions, for you to feel like you're the least of these. No, that's not. You might have to change. That circle might have worked for you for. That BFF might have worked for you at a certain level. That circle might have worked for you. Um, but sometimes, a real friend, and the way a real friend applauds your growth, applauds your your growth and your enhancement. A real friend, it's like there's a show, what, Two Broke Girls. I've never seen the show. I just know this is called Two Broke Girls. But long as we two broke girls, we good, we cool. But girl, you got your job now, making real good money, and now I want to bring you down because I'm no longer comfortable with you because you make good money. And so now I want to bring you down a peg to let you know you still ain't nothing. So you might have to change your circle if your circle ain't building you up. I'm catching up, y'all. He is definitely an architecture of men. My sister Denise said he is definitely an architecture of men. He abides in his calling and is wonderful at that. So I love that man. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Denise. Um, what is his last name again? His last name is Dyson, Dyson. Michael Eric Dyson, and Tommy put it out there. Michael Eric Dyson. And Denise says, hopefully we can still hang out when you high school skinny. Yeah, girl. Long as you ain't hating on me. Long as you ain't hating on me, we can still hang out. You see, Jen says that was deep because I would be changing for others. I'm shy about having fat when it comes to that time and confident any other time. Um, so let me just talk to Jen real quick because I don't want to forget. Because Jen talked about kind of being a little uncomfortable because she's carrying extra weight. Jen, I would tell you, I don't know if you already do this, but follow you some plus size women on Instagram. You said you have Instagram because you said we go hook up on Instagram and we go dialogue on Instagram. But find you some plus size women on Instagram to follow. And these plus size girls out here doing it, girl. They look good. Now I'm gonna tell you, I've always been a very confident woman. But I'm not gonna lie, full transparency, I up my confidence just upped extra level. I mean, I feel like I was already a 10 at confidence. But I went up to about a good 12, 15, just watching these confident women on Instagram. And like I'll give you an example. I never worn a two piece before. And even in my youngest, because my young days when I was fine, I thought I was fat. Lord knows if I can go back to them fat days. But I thought I was fat. So even in my youngest, slimmest days, I never wore a two piece. When I said two piece bathing suit, never worn a bathing suit because I thought I was fine. I mean, I thought I was fat back then. So I never worn a two piece. But when I saw these ladies on Instagram, and not saying everybody, I'm not recommending you follow all these, Instagram. I mean, you do what feel comfortable for you. But I just thought I couldn't. Well, I never even considered it until I saw women, and I said, "Hey." She probably was like, "I knew she finished with her live now." Anyway, I'll call her back. But I said, "Hey, she's a fat girl like me, and she looked fine. She looked sexy in her two piece. I'm gonna buy me a two-piece. So I bought me a two-piece bathing suit. If you want to see me in it, then you got to go to Unpretentious Plus. That's my other Instagram account. I have a fashion Instagram account because I love clothes. I love fashion. And my even though I'm talking about a two-piece bathing suit, but I dress modestly, and so I also wanted to um, showcase that. At first I didn't want to do a fashion. Okay, I'm going off the rails here, but I'm gonna tie it all in together. I didn't want to do a fashion um, Instagram because I don't do fashion like what people call fashion. I don't do the trends, all of that. So I just thought that there was no room for me in that genre. But then I said, you know what? Everybody don't dress like how they what they're showing on Instagram. Some of us dress more modestly. Some of us dress more conservatively. And hey, and some of us are older. Everybody ain't 20s and 30s. So I'm gonna carve out my own little niche. Is it niche? Carve out my own little niche for the fat girls who conservative and modest and older. So, but I did buy me a two-piece bathing suit. So I'm just sharing that to say that it helps. When you say representation is everything, I'm talking basically to Jen that it helps when you see other people comfortable, other people who are like you or similar to you who are comfortable in their own skin. And it helps you to become comfortable in your own skin also. But and I'm going to get to a few more, but I'm going to read these comments. Let's see what I'm missing. Um, So here, Denise said he's definitely architecture man. She said, what is his last name again? Okay, Michael Eric Dyson. Hopefully we can still hang out when you okay. Oh, high school setting. That was deep because I would be okay changing for others. The yeah, they look good. Love me some Lizzo. Yep. I like Lizzo too. She was a little too far out there for me, but I can appreciate. I can appreciate. You don't have to be in my lane for me to appreciate you. I can appreciate you outside my lane. It says I agree about following some positive people for your current status. Yep. I like viewing gray hair, 50ish, thick, sexy, single, married women. Yes, Denise, I love that. Yes. And I love that you have capitalized your current state. So whatever your current state is, if you plus size, or just say you were obese. Hey, there's also obese women that you maybe would want to follow, and just see how they move about, how they um embrace themselves, or maybe just plus size. And you might want to follow, like you say, Denise says, she like to follow gray hair, women 50s, maybe thick, sexy, single, married. So whatever your current state is, representation matters, and it does help bring up your self-esteem. So, Jen says, I have to do that. I'm always looking at women and comparing myself to them. I would never wear a two-piece. I think I'm a pretty woman, but the cellulite kills me. No, girl. And I had stretch marks, cellulite, all of that out. But not saying you have to do what I do, but I'm just saying, you do what feels comfortable for you, but don't limit yourself because you just think you're not good enough. You think you're not worthy, or whatever. I would have said too that I never thought of two piece. Now, mine wasn't no bikini, but I never, thought that I would be wearing a two piece either. But honestly, when I saw other women and I say, hey, I can do that. I never even thought about buying a two piece. I never in my life, in my slimmest, wore a two piece. Honey, God, you couldn't tell me nothing, honey. You couldn't tell me I wasn't sexy in my two piece. um, my son Denise says, I feel so much more confident, especially about my hair. Yeah, my sister Denise here is a testament that she used to dye her hair. She couldn't stand the gray. And just from watching other women and looking at natural women, natural gray hair, and the beauty, oh my God, look it up on Instagram. To me, Instagram is the best platform for like the visual photos. Look it up. Women with their natural gray hair, gorgeous. And so she saw that and felt more comfortable, and she was like, "I'm gonna stop dyeing my hair." I even have Denise on my Instagram. My Instagram is unpretentious plus. Somebody put that in the comments for me. If you know how to spell unpretentious, unpretentious plus. That's my fashion, unpretentious plus. And Denise is on there quite a bit. She's not a plus size woman, but I still like to showcase her because she's just beautiful and fly. But you would see her gray hair when she's talking about her gray hair. Um, so Jen says, "Thank you all. Sorry to take." Oh no, Jen, don't apologize, girl. This is what this is all about. It says, like Aaron is saying to Jen, like I always say, only a dog wants a bone, and even the dog buries the bone. I love that. That had me howling laughing when you said that last time. Um, Jen says, Jen's laughing at you all. I need y'all confidence. Thank you, Denise. I'm pretentious plus. Yes, just as Denise has it in the comment, but it's all one word. That's the only thing, all one word, but that's it. The unpretentious plus. So I invite you all, especially those who like fashion, those who just want to see what I wear, you know. And also too, to me, it's a testament. I don't have a whole lot of followers over there, but that's okay. I like to just build it organically. But it's also a testament to not limiting yourself where you feel like you feel like you don't compare. Like I say, for quite a while, I wanted a fashion page. But I was like, DJ, you're no fashionista. I love fashion. I love clothes, but I'm not a fashionista. I don't follow the trends. My clothes come from Lane Bryant. My clothes come from what is it? Torrid. You know what I'm saying? My clothes don't come from a little expensive boutique. Yeah. So I was like, there is no room for you um, in the fashion. And I had to talk myself. I said, Deidre, what would you tell your blessed ones? Take a dose of your own medicine. Be confident in who you are. Be confident in what you have to present. Everybody's, even though it's awesome visual to look at, because I follow a lot of fashion pages and I love looking, but everybody not dressing like what the women are displaying. Some of us still shopping at Lane Bryant. Some of us still shopping at Torrid, J.C. Penney's, Target. Honey, I get Walmart. So some of us still dressing like that. Some of us are more conservative and modest in our dress. So some of us are older. All of us don't have these hourglass figure. Even in my slimmest, I didn't have a figure like my sister Denise. Even in my slimmest, I was like that. So, hey, like I said, representation is everything. So, Deidre, there are some women who can appreciate your look. Yes, and it's Ross. Girl, I got a haul. That's gonna be one of my not live, but this gonna be one of my next videos. Did some shopping this weekend, and I got some Ross stuff. So yes, so that's just a little side note for you all who are holding yourself back from either being on social media. I know not being on social media or being in front of the camera is not for everybody, but somebody watching wants to do it, but they don't feel comfortable. I'm telling you, do it. Okay. So how do you obtain? Um, we talk about prayer. We talk about acceptance. We talk about changing your circle, and also self help. Get into some self help books. Jen, anybody else who's listening who needs confidence boost? Self help books, self help podcasts, and we know podcasts are much more um, popular now, more so than say books. But you got audio books, Kindle books, podcasts. But find YouTube videos. Find you some positive people and some positive messages, some confidence boosting type things and environments. Because kind of like what Jen mentioned, is that what we do is we often seek images of what we want to look like. But I love what Denise said. Seek images of your current state. Don't seek images of what you want. Like right now, I wouldn't mind being a few sizes smaller. But I'm not gonna seek images of size 8. I'm not gonna seek images of hashtag athletic build. You know what I mean? I mean, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with following those people. I have quite a few. Well, I'm saying quite a few. I got a couple of athletic people that I follow, but I follow plus size people on my fashion page. I follow various people on my social bless one, but on my fashion page, I follow basically only plus size people because that's where I like to glean my inspiration from and my confidence from. So look for, like Denise say, in your current state. So when you're in your 50s, ain't nothing wrong with, seeing these 20-year-olds, but stop looking at these 20-year-olds and 30 years olds and yearning, especially the 20-year-olds, yearning for back in the day, yearning for if I could get my high school body back, yearning for if I can get, my hair back that I used to have, if I could get this back. Stop yearning for that stuff and seeking those things. Seek images and positive images and positive messages and positive podcasts that will help you in your current state. Okay, and I'm gonna let this be the last one because we're at 2 hours, and my man gonna be like, I called you several times, I ain't spoke to you all day. I'm gonna tell y'all what he really gonna say, Denise. No, Negro, I don't care what you doing and who you talking to and what kind of pun. I could care less by live. When I call you, you better answer that phone. Denise, am I right? So let me. This is gonna be my last one. Um, how do you obtain self-reflection? Self-reflection, and that's basically, like I said, yes, Denise says, "Amen." Self-reflection, kind of like what I said, just thinking back to what you've overcome. What did he say? Charles does not play. Yes, I don't give 2 cents about your life. When I call you, especially when I call you a second or a third time, you better end that live and answer my call. That's okay, Jen. That's okay. But I will tell him. I was like, one of my blessed ones says, I'm sorry. But yeah, self-reflection. Just know that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Jen, think about, I don't know anything about what you've gone through in your life, but I know about life. So you've gone through something. You've gone through some hurt. You've gone through some pain. You shared a little bit about your family situation, and you are still here. You are still here. I could tell that you still engaged. You're looking to learn, change, and grow. And you're resilient. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. Girl, don't let no little extra meat on your body stop you from anything you want to do. Like I say, if it's something that you want to change, hey, look into enhancing, your physical, body. If that's what you want to do. But girl, if you don't want to lose an ounce, be healthy. I advocate being healthy now. But if you don't want to lose an ounce, like Aaron say, there are plenty of men out there who adore some plus size women. Just don't let anybody only want to be with you after dark. Because you're much more valuable than that. I'm valuable enough that you to have me on your arm. I'm valuable enough for you to um what does claim me. I'm valuable enough for you to want to show me off. No, this I ain't no after dog woman. You not gonna come sit on my couch and Netflix and chill. No. So you are daylight thickness is a blessing. Yes, Tommy, I love it. Daylight thickness, yes. Let me see. So I'm going to message you by the weekend. Okay, please do that. Please do that. But yes, but anyways, you guys, I just want to leave with you all, each of you, the men and the women, and of course, y'all know I always appreciate my women being here. But the men, I just love it that we have the men in the room too, just to kind of balance that thing, to kind of balance that thing, to bounce some things off, to to just to chime in, because as women, um, we like hearing both. We like hearing both, and I really just appreciate. But you ladies, I appreciate you ladies. I appreciate you all being here. Again, I always say, usually in my lives, we're saying that time is precious and time is limited, and we all only got so much. And when you give me 2 hours of yours, it brings tears to my eyes. I really, really, really appreciate you guys. But I just want to, yes, 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 Jen says men, yes. But I just want to impress upon you, that's the topic. Don't be a nighttime girlfriend. Okay, all right, yeah. Then just text me that. Text me that. Don't be a nighttime girlfriend. But yes, look, ladies and men. You are awesome. You are resilient. You are fearfully and wonderful made. You are valuable. You should be valued. You should be adored. Men should be, you should be respected. Well, all of us should be respected, but I kind of like to say men, to the highest, they should be respected, and women should be adored. That's just me. How I feel. We need to respect and honor men, and the men should be adoring us, and don't accept anything less than that. So I can go on and talk some more, but we over 2 hours, you guys. So we're gonna go ahead and end it here. I love y'all. I appreciate you guys. I invite you over, like I say, over Instagram. So bless one. Inbox me. Let's have some conversation. And also unpretentious plus. Y'all can see what I'm wearing and how cute I be. I love y'all. Y'all be blessed. Thank you, Charles, for tonight. Thank you, thank you. This was fun. This was awesome. All right, you guys. Love y'all. Y'all be blessed. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I don't want to cut anybody off, so I'm gonna see if anybody got any more comments before I go. Okay, I'm gonna assume that's it. Y'all know how you be in in a church, or you be in class, or and you be saying, y'all better not say, don't say one more. You be in a meeting, usually a meeting like at work. Don't say one more thing so we can get out of here. It's lunchtime. All right. Okay, love y'all. Y'all be blessed.